Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum to everybody. This is Clifton Rahem Bradley of the Underground Railroad Television Show. We come on every Saturday night at 10:30, and I have two powerhouses, two juggernauts. These are television shows, damn it, you just can't miss them, but I'm so scared to say their name. I'm going to let them introduce themselves. Yeah, brother.
Yes, my name is Minister. My name is Minister Ben Willis. I am the national representative of the Flaming Crescent Society. The Flaming Crescent Society is an organization that uplifts and educates our people. And I'm also a mentor at North Lawndale High School, and I also have a TV show called In the Mind of Minister Ben Willis. You can go to YouTube and just pull that up, and I have updated shows and lectures on there. Thank you.
And when do y'all meet at Tully Park?
Okay, the organization Flaming Crescent Society, we have our monthly meetings every third Saturday of the month between 2 and 4 o'clock at 91st and King Drive.
In Chicago?
In Chicago.
Okay, Dr. Lee Warren, thank you. Slow.
Well, I'm the founder and executive director of Plum Inc. And Plum Inc. is Plum Org, is a nonprofit corporation, and what Plum stands for is the power-laden man, and that's the Holy Spirit, whose name is Yahshua. People call him Jesus. We meet every, Sunday, but to find out those dates, I think you call 773-509-8124. That's 773-509-8124, and that you can find the times. The show is channel 36 every Wednesday, channel 36 from 8:30 to 9:30, and it's reshown from Thursday morning from 10:30 to 11:30 on channel 36.
Okay, you know what? It's indeed a pleasure for y'all. Thank you for accepting the invitation to come on Underground.
But thank you for inviting us.
Thank you for inviting me.
You know, and I want to ask y'all about drugs that are going on in drug usage and drug distribution that is going on in the community and globally. I would like to ask y'all, is it true that the CIA introduced crack in LA and it spread all over the United States of America to destroy young, black, and poor people of color? The CIA, is it true?
Well, crack gets started in LA, and it spread. But see now, we talk about, do we have ships to go get the stuff? Okay, do we have ships? No, we don't have any ships or anything else.
Or planes.
Or planes or any of that. But it winds up in our community. That's not even a conspiracy. That's a reality. That's a reality, and it became very addictive. If you control. In fact, I remember in the '60s. During that time, in the early '60s, there was a black consciousness. You had the Black Panther Party, Nation Islam, D-Mile, SNCC. You had a lot of black empowerment during that time. Then flower power came in, LSD, they hallucinated the drugs, and that cooled a whole lot of that out. It smoothed everything out. Free love, baby, all of that stuff. Hippies and all that, and that killed a lot of the movements and that's the way to control, to control a person.
Right.
They got women that sell their bodies for drugs.
That's right.
So you can control people like that.
That's right.
So yeah, that's the CIA do it, it wouldn't surprise me.
What about, could you comment on that and give us your insight?
Well, that's a fact. I mean, if anybody just look at a few Google shows or do any type of thing on the Google or CIA, you can find drugs. That's an obvious known fact, and it's a powerful means of controlling folks. It always has been known. In ancient Egypt, they've used them, so it's nothing new. It's just that now it proliferates and throughout the whole culture. And if you, like you said, you go back to prior to the 1960s, you had a black community was very prosperous. You had a lot of entrepreneurs, stores, and stuff. If you would tell these people today, they wouldn't believe it. Compared to about 50 years ago, 60 years ago, where the communities were very vibrant.
Yes.
And then along came the drugs, and then that totally just undermined the whole black community, its morals, the political movement, everything just crashed.
Right.
And it has not recovered since then. And then, so the neighborhood, the community was left in tatters as a result of drugs. And what it does, it undermines people's morals, work ethics, you name it, and then they are basically awards to the state. I mean, the state can do whatever they want to do, because I mean, you're on drugs, what can you do?
You know, as we talk about drugs, why do you have a group of people this asphyxiated, this fascinated, New World Order system of controlling a mass of poor and disenfranchised people? I guess I'm speaking of the New World Orders. Why? What have we done? I'm not saying I'm poor.
You easily to control. You easily to control and pacify. You know, you don't come with no problems to issues or anything. You easily be pacified. Any type of power that you have, any ideas that you have that would say would better yourself or undermine their current agenda, you're not a threat to the system.
Is that what?
And see, now the big problem is not so much the legal drugs. Now you got pharmaceutical drugs, opioids. That's made by the damn drug companies, the pharmaceutical companies. Right. They got now the problem with white people issues. When they found out all these white people was dying left and right. Oh hell, we gotta get this thing straight.
Fix this,
Hey, this thing straight.
Right.
And then they talk about suing these companies and all that, but when black people, they ain't worried about black people or Hispanic people or dark color, but when them white people's children started dying, they wasn't showing up to work, and the family was collapsing, they didn't get that stuff straight.
Right. I remember, Pritzker.
Who's Pritzker for people that don't know?
Governor Pritzker.
Of Illinois. Okay.
Yeah, the Pritzkers and the Crowns.
Yeah.
Very corrupt history. Okay, anyway, as soon as he got elected as governor, the first thing he said, we legalizing marijuana. He didn't run on that platform. We legalizing marijuana and gambling. That's what we're going to do. Now, because the Pritzkers has invested $30 million in marijuana. Okay.
I didn't know that.
$30 million in marijuana. Now, just imagine, we're talking about drugs now. Now, people saying it's legal. We already have a problem with driving on the expressway.
That's right.
Now you got weed, alcohol, everything in you,
That's right.
and say it's okay. And then there's some people that don't understand because their mind's so burnt out. They're gonna go to work like that, and knowing that it's legal, but it ain't legal on the workforce.
That's right.
You know, you can't go and have you a couple of drinks and smoke you a blunt and then come back in and work on some contracts.
That's right.
They're going to give you a random drug test and boot you up out of there.
That's right.
Damn. Sorry. Go ahead, Dr. Lee.
But all of that is prime. We have to look at this way. Everything that was illegal is made legal.
Legal, right.
You remember, back in the day, way back in the 20s and 30s, it was the numbers.
Right.
The policy people.
Policy, right.
See, and I say this. If the policy people would, all you young bucks out there that's selling drugs and doing drive-bys, you better be blessed that the policy boys wasn't here, because see, y'all people are bad for business.
Sure is, right.
See,
that's right.
And the reason the policy people are prospered is that they sold those numbers, but they invested a lot of money in the black community. They could be bankers.
Right.
Now what we got here, we just got total chaos. They run around to destroy the whole community.
Right.
Let me ask you something, both of y'all. Since y'all have made, what you're really saying is the things that were illegal, they made legal.
Policy became lottery.
Right, lottery.
Should they, because should they let Jeff Ford and Larry Hoover out of jail? If what they're doing was illegal, but they're making it illegal. Well, I'm saying it wrong. What they did.
What was
I'm
illegal?
saying is,
But-
yeah, I'm saying, should they let Larry Hoover, who was the lead, I think, of the L. Rookins, and I don't want to say the disciples, should they let them out of prison? Should they let them out? If they made a pledge to do everything they can to try to make the community better.
Well,
I don't know what Jeff Ford and Larry Hoover, what jails they are at. But
Well,
should let
they
them out?
out there in the Supermax out there in Colorado.
Yeah.
Okay,
Florence,
should they,
Colorado.
should they let them out?
Well, I'll say this. You probably, once they move those people off the street and they locked them up, you had total what? You had total chaos.
Yeah, you know. You see, okay.
You had total chaos. These young boys running around doing all types of crazy stuff that was not allowed. So you had an order there, and now you got stone chaos. And I'll say this: I think even if they came back, they wouldn't be able to control these young guys because they're so buck wild.
Right.
And give you an example: Lord from the Vice Lords came back.
Yeah, with it, Lord.
And he tried to, should I say, I don't know how to say it, let me say it this way. They wouldn't listen to him, and they went off on him.
Kill
So,
him.
that's what I'm saying, they went off on him. Yeah. So I'm saying that the way that you had it before, there was some type of order.
Okay.
Say, and it didn't run rampant. You didn't have these drive-bys. Little children and people wasn't wounded. And people, all these innocent people have been shot by just sheer nonsense.
Right.
See, and if they wanted to do that, that's fine. I mean, what can you say? But now it's running buck, and there's no means of control, and that are nothing. So that would be the issue. I doubt if it would come back. I doubt if they would be able to control or bring it back to.
Okay. The way okay.
I think that there's no way that those guys will be able
Right.
to come out. One of the reasons are that a lot of people died on their watch.
Okay.
That's right.
A lot of people got killed on their watch. And there's a thing called conspiracy of murder. So they wouldn't even be able to get out.
Okay.
They wouldn't be able to get out because it's conspiracy of murder, even though they didn't pull the trigger, but your group, your organization, you're the lead guy of that. That falls on your doorstep.
Okay.
Because you could take those guys, because those guys are very influential, because they got a lot of people that follow them. They could have took that and took it in another direction.
Oh yeah.
They could have took that to the world of finance. In fact, there are still guys that's in the corporate world and in the business world that are affiliated. See, they sent some of them to school and things like that. But the thing is that, like Dr. Lee Warren said, if they got out, they wouldn't understand them. The young guys wouldn't understand them, and they would not be able to adapt. Because let me ask you this question, and it's going to be hypothetical.
Right.
Let's say Jesus came back today, okay? Say Jesus came back today. He don't know nothing about a 6'5" guy in a skirt with a split skirt and heels on. Never seen that. And Jesus had to process that like, whoa, what is this all about? You understand where I'm coming from?
Saying, yeah.
So these guys coming out of prison, they wouldn't adapt to, because these young guys now, they're not separated in gangs. They mix. They call themselves renegades.
Oh.
And they ain't got no king. Those guys ain't king. It's like, we don't honor none of that. We can change the bylaws.
So it would be better to keep Jeff Ford and Larry Hoover locked up. I understand what you're saying.
Look, man, listen.
It just wouldn't work.
Listen, man, these were the mercenaries. These guys were the missionaries, man. These guys committed crimes.
Lock them up. I understand.
They committed crimes.
That's right.
They committed crimes. Let's not elevate them children that's coming graduating out of Morehouse, out of Chicago State. Elevate them.
I understand.
These dudes put
Killers.
Listen, man.
Stone cold killers.
No,
Is that what I'm saying?
people died behind that.
Okay.
They're not. The government's not going to let them guys out, man.
Okay.
They're not going to do that.
Okay. Now, you know what? Now, we're talking about Chicago. And you know what? Chicago, they will have a gambling casino pretty soon. Do you think that it would bring a lot of evil elements, more evil elements and vices to the city? Is this good for Chicago? are bad for Chicago. Will Chicago benefit from a gambling casino? Or will it be a detriment?
Did the lottery help the public schools?
That-
That's what they got it for.
That's what
The lottery is for public schools.
That's right.
They done closed down 50. Manual closed down 50 of them. You know, so
That's right.
no, it's another way of making money, man. It's like the brother said. He said, "Was illegal? They done made it legal."
You don't think the gambling casinos that the city would benefit?
Well, they
or would it degenerate?
Well, listen, they basically done totally undermined the people's morals. First, illegally, by selling illegal drugs. Now they make the illegal drugs legal. They still got the same damn problem, but the problem is they decided to be, in other words, instead of having the illegal money in the hands of illegal people, now the state says, well, we make it legal, and then we take the money and make it legalized and instead do what we want as a source of revenue. The whole damn thing was riding from the jump, if you want to stay there, but I keep telling this is the Babylonian system, so they're going to do what the hell they want to. They had broke, they need money. I mean, for instance, Lightfoot, Rob left her with $1 billion shortfall. They got to balance the budget. They don't know what to do. They can't raise the damn taxes on the people.
Right.
The people are taxed to the
Property
limit.
taxes.
So now what they decided to do, we got to look for some fees. We got to look for something to get this money.
Right.
You don't think that you don't believe that the revenue that would be made from gambling would just make the economy just robust in Chicago, like Vegas. You don't believe that?
No, it won't do it. So few people will get jobs.
Right.
The Pritzkers will make a whole bunch of
A lot
money.
of money. Yeah.
The people that you know how much it is cost to get give you an example of how they had set this thing up for the contracts for the illegal marijuana. Do you know how much you have to have the fee?
No.